there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7, and welcome back to some more of the Among Us Create a Sim here. If you are not familiar with the series that I'm doing here on my channel, I have been making Sims based off of colors of the little Among Us characters, basically taking those colors and imagining if they wasn't wearing the suit, what would they look like? And it's obviously my interpretations of them, and I had a lot of fun doing these Sims. I like playing with colors, so having fun with colors was, a big thing that I was enjoying a part of this series, but also I actually did sort of add a little twist to this Create a Sim series. Unlike most of my other Create a Sims, there's a little thing that you could choose to do so, but basically you can try to guess along down in the comments below on who potentially are the crewmates and the imposters. So basically before starting the series, I use these wheels that sort of decide. I could put in my own things. I put in all the colors, I put in genders on one wheel, and then I also put imposter and crewmates on the other. And I chose to do 4 imposters because there are 12 colors already in the game, and I actually added 6 more colors. So with that in total, trying to sort of in my head do an equivalent balance of how many imposters there would be when people usually play with, well, the max you can play with is 10, and usually you have 2 imposters with 10 people. So adding the 2 colors that are not used in the game, and then the 6 additional colors, making a total of 18. I thought 4 was a fitting number. So yeah, I had put 4, the word imposter 4 times and everything, Spin the wheel, let me decide the order of the colors and what gender they were and whether or not they were imposter or crewmate. So I did not personally pick who was what. And that sort of added, gave more of a challenge added on to trying to stick more closer to a color. But that was one of the aspects that I also liked. I like giving myself challenges when it comes to Create a Sims. I don't like just going in and trying to create a sim for no reason. I don't like trying to create it after a real person. I like trying to make it after abstract things, like video game characters who are obviously not human. The Among Us series, I had the 2 series of Pokemon. So I had Series 1 and Series 2, and I want to do a Series 3. I had my flower sims who were based off of flowers. I created them based off of where those flowers mainly grew, how much sun they liked or didn't like, all this stuff. So I like doing those type of creative sims. Obviously I do have some where I actually do create characters from shows and animes and video games that are humanoid. I don't do those as often, but I still have fun with those. But yeah, I like stuff like this. I hope you enjoy this video in the series. If you haven't seen the previous ones, there are 12 ones before Cyan here, which I feel like I've actually been talking for a bit and haven't mentioned the fact that this is Cyan. But anyway, so there are 12 videos before this of 12 other colors, obviously, and Cyan here is the 13th one. There will be a few more. It's getting close to the end after Cyan here. Pink is the last one, so if you're trying to watch all the videos and then you're gonna make your guess on the last video, when you see pink, I will mention it in the video, but pink is the last one. So once it gets to that point, you've seen all of them, you can try to find all the hints and clues throughout all the videos to figure out who the imposters are and who are not. There also is a little 20 to 30 second video at the end of all these that also give you little tidbits of the final video that will eventually come out, that will eventually reveal who the imposters actually are. And it will come out, I will try to let it hang off a little bit further from when Pink's video goes out. So I've been putting these out on Mondays and Fridays, so if Pink's video comes out on Monday, I probably will skip that Friday and let it come out on Monday, so it gives a little bit more time for people to watch before I just completely reveal who the imposters actually are. Now, as far as with Cyan, obviously she was, when I spent the wheel, I got a female. I'm not going to tell you whether she's crewmate or imposter. And technically, Cyan was actually supposed to be further back than she actually is. She is one of the ones that I've actually slightly adjusted, well, she's the only one, actually. She was technically supposed to be the 16th video instead of the 13th. Now that's not like a big thing at all, but part of the reason why I did decide to move her up, and I didn't decide it until after I'd already made the videos for some of them, so I didn't want to move her too far up since I was already finishing off some of the other videos and things like that. And I think by the time I finished, I think I was working on maroons, I decided to move her up behind white at least. I considered moving her up further, but I decided not to, but because in the end I actually didn't have things ready for another series, and the reason why I actually held her back. But, or moved her up, not held her back, the opposite. But with Cyan here, obviously you can tell she's got the bluish. The thing with Cyan, sometimes when you look it up, you get a few different colors, and the same with the color mint. And the thing is a lot of times some variations of mint and Cyan look very close together, with the biggest difference being Cyan does have more blue in it versus mint has more of the green tint to it, which technically means it has more yellow in it than it does blue, versus Cyan is just almost no yellow in it and a lot of white to lighten the blue. Basically, in like more towards artist terms. But I will say there was some with Cyan here, there was many things that I looked at that definitely were more leaning towards mint. And there was some things that I was putting on her that was definitely closer to what I was imagining for Cyan and was what was on the little Among Us character. And for the most part, I did keep more blue. Her top is definitely more towards minty color, but honestly, I really like the top because I thought it fit for a spacey Among Us sort of theme, because, you know, Among Us is, like, space, and the outfit, the shirt, definitely seemed spacious. Like, you know, maybe, like, not obviously astronaut, but, like, you know, maybe an alien colony somewhere that's their style or something. Something along those lines, but I know, like, one or two of the other shirts that I had tried also that I actually was debating on, because I definitely wanted to give her a slight interesting look and a spacey look to some degree, more so with her than some of the others. But all those tops were sort of, like, glitching out with most of the bottoms that I put them in. So Cyan does lean a little bit closer to mint than I meant to, and as I was doing this, I decided to stick with it because she was making me think of the color mint. And right around this time, when I first started making these Sims, I actually did a real quick build that was actually a starter home, and I don't even know if I've ever made a starter home before this one. I've had some that were close to starter homes, or, like, you know, depending on the number of Sims you have, it could have potentially been a starter home, like, you know, not using cheats or anything. But this was the first, like, official full-on starter home that I'm pretty sure that I ever made for the channel and stuff, and was actually 100% under $20,000, so, you know, your Sim starting right off the gate without no family ties or anything could get this house. And I made it because I was thinking of starting the Not So Berry challenge. So you might know where this is potentially going. I really, really love Cyan. Like, I just really, really love how she turned out. One of my favorite things is her ears. I love her ears because they're like, they stick out a little bit, actually. And I absolutely love them. And my niece, Lexi, actually has ears that slightly stick out more so than your normal ears. And I think she hates them. And I don't know why. Because I love them. But Cyan here, she embraces the fact that her ears stick out. But because I was getting this vibe as I was making her, I decided to let the hair be the main Cyan part about her, and a few accessories here and there. Her necklace is extremely blue. So, like, basically if you took the colors on her and mixed them together, it would be close to Cyan, but not necessarily all on their own. But it still had a mint direction to it, because I'm actually going to use her as my mint Not So Berry starter of my generations. So she will be mint. Obviously, I'm not going to name her mint. With the Not So Berry challenge, I don't think you have to be as direct about things. So I'm not going to make her directly named mint. But I've already actually edited her a little bit and made her a little bit more mint for that particular one. She has less blues on her. I absolutely love how she turned out. Honestly, she probably is my favorite out of all of them. But there's a lot of them that are really close up there, and it's really hard to say. I really like Pink as well. Obviously, she isn't out yet, but I love how she turned out as well. Pink and Cyan are probably my two favorite ones. They really are. I really like Purple as well. I like Red, but I'm biased with Red because Red's my favorite color. But anyway, so the fact that I did like her so much, and I was getting some minty vibes from her as I was making her, I did decide to make her my first gin for the Not So Berry challenge, which should be coming out the following Tuesday after this video. This should be coming out on Friday, so the Tuesday afterwards, that's what series is going to be starting up on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays has nothing right now. So therefore, that is the reason why I've moved Cyan up, because I wanted her to appear as her Cyan self and sort of know that this is where, when I start the Not So Berry challenge, this is where she is technically from. This is where she's going. I actually am using her. I've moved some of the Among Us characters into that world that I'm going to be using. So they're also, some of them are following her over there as well. Red and Pink might be two of them that have followed over, as well as Silver and Peach, I believe. I think that's the only ones I've moved over so far. But yeah, so I absolutely love this sim. I had a lot of fun with her. I put the little cat ears on her because I started liking her, and I like cats, so, you know, I just decided to go that direction. And the fact that the mint berry starter's also supposed to be signed to see, I thought it was all sort of just falling in place. So that is where she is going. So she's going to be a part of 2 series, technically. But I hope you enjoy how Cyan turned out and like her as much as I do, or at least maybe as close as much as I do. If you did, please hit that lovely like button, subscribe if you're not already, so that you don't miss out on the rest of the Among Us videos, as well as the Not So Berry challenge that is coming up soon. Feel free to comment down below who you think are imposters and or crewmates. So far we've seen red, black, teal, peach, blue, gray, brown, gold, purple, yellow, maroon, silver, white, and now cyan in the series. Left is green, orange, lime, and pink. So the series is ending soon, but you can always check out down below for any of the colors that you potentially missed. There is a link down in the description, as well as the end of the video, so that you can go see those. And if you end up coming across this after, like, after the 16th, come across this after some of the other ones have come out, you can easily click on that as well and get to them a little bit faster, so you can also watch them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye!